Like I'll do some of these to like left arm parallel, and then start to open up, get here, and then just extend and rotate. The next is up to the top, similar to that, and then here, extend and rotate. So those are just simple, what I would describe as like simple, just getting repetition. Where he and I last left off when I was in Vegas was he wanted to see, more of this action. Like if I had we did this, put a alignment rod through my belt loop, like getting that elbow out in front of it, and then extension. And basically like, early extension, not good, but extension, you do need it. You do need to extend. And so at the very end of our time together, he was like, kind of like the Rory McIlroy, like extend the right leg. And, like what he asked me to do, which I necessarily wasn't, but like leave the club head in the ground, like extend and just like leave the club head in the ground. And I was like, I would say probably never felt like the ball compressed like that ever before. Like that was, it really clicked for me. Like, okay, extension matters, right? Like, and so I would say the only other thing that maybe to point out right away is like from face on, he's big into this, like getting a little space here. So not getting too much slide. Like I have a tendency to kind of like, if you were to film it and put a line there, like I'm just like staying on the line. I'm not like, it's not a big sway, but I'm just kind of like loading into it and like, I can feel it like kind of like tailbone over left heel like that, right? Like where I get the gap, but it's more of like a conscious effort. I think what I need to do is it's kind of like this tap dance, like push and then push back and extend. But I don't know.
I definitely agree with that part. Where how about if you have two lines on your hips here, when you rotate, if you rotate the hip centered, then the back hip will pull away from that line, but the front hip will stay on.
Right.
Something I've noticed is like they have their butt on the wall, or they have their butt against like something, right, an object.
Right.
So they rotate here, and then in transition, they just keep their left leg locked, and they just do that.
Yeah.
And they can't rotate from there.
Right.
So if I make a swing, we're just they end up swinging like this, right?
Yeah.
Just legs do nothing.
Yeah.
So the right way to do that would be, if I want to keep my butt on the wall, I still have to let the front knee move forward. So it's a combination of the front knee going forward and the butt going back at the same time, where I go like that.
Yeah.
So that's the right way to keep my hip depth, right? And that can only happen if I'm doing that, if I'm keeping that hip external. Because if I start doing this, I'm going to drop my pelvis.
Yeah.
But it's also very easy to go that way too.
Take it out.
Right?
Yeah.
We're sitting down a little bit. Our back knee is going to move back kind of toward the middle of my foot.
Right.
Or if you think about where the knees are here at P1, so I'll move the back knee away from it at 4, and then at 5, it's going to get back pretty much onto that same line. And then from there, then both knees will start moving back in again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm going to have you make some back swings. Number 1, free up the hip rotation a little bit more.
Okay.
Keep the tailbone centered, and then make sure our trail pocket kind of moves back toward the target a little bit. In transition, reflex the trail knee. Try to keep that knee kind of more back toward the middle of that foot.
Yeah.
We do want the tailbone to still go forward. So I don't want you to be dropping the tailbone backward like this when you're trying to do that. Yeah. We got to just keep this down and forward with this side while this stays put. We just go. Phew. So that's going to look like this.
Yeah.
There's our exaggeration. Now at like P6, my hands are exaggeratedly in front of me, which is, I think you can never really overdo that as a rehearsal.
Yeah.
So the right arm's still connected to my side. Then from there, now I can go ahead, straighten both legs and move that way. Here's the club here on your hips. Just rotate. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now in transition, go ahead and reflex this. There we go. There we go. And what you have to do is make sure these hands are dropping a little bit quicker too.
Okay.
We got to be able to drop the hands fast enough so that the right arm can get in front of our right hip.
Yeah.
Because once you go from P4 to P5, you can feel like you're actively connecting your right elbow to your side. So you're going like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Start moving forward. Even then, move the tailbone more forward again. So go back to the top again. Yeah. There we go. That's the feeling there. Yeah. Do it again. Go forward. That's it, yeah. Yeah. So then go to about P6. Here we go. Hands and arms are going to be, for the most part, directly under our shoulders. Try to keep these hands more under you. Yeah. So we're still basically having this connection here, right? So the right arm is still on our side, the elbow is still connected to our torso, and then, we're going to have around 30 degrees of bend there with the trail arm.
Okay.
Yeah. So the risk of having the hands like too far out away from you here is that, well, for one, the club head can fall under you.
Right.
So you might hit, you have a risk of hitting it fat with your longer clubs.
Yeah.
But also, the more the club head's dropping and the hands are out here, the harder it is to get the face to come around. I don't mind shallowing, but it's only shallowing from about P4 to P5 or 5.5.
And then at that point, you need to.
Right. Then, so I'm shallowing from here to here. And then at this point, then I can actually get the hands to come down and the shaft will actually start kicking back out again.
Right. I understand.
So an example of that would be like Sergio Garcia.
Yeah.
So someone, he shallows like crazy here and then he goes.
Right. We were working on just a little, I think getting a little bit more of that outwardness, but but I don't know that it's ever fully clicked in my brain to to really shoot my hands out like that. And
right. I've always been a fan of doing this.
Yeah.
But we have to go from here to here.
And so nothing different in terms of hand path. From down the line, hand path is in and then hand path is slightly out on top of.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Your rehearsals from P4 to P5 are good. You have to add the extra step where you go from 5 to 6 where you drop the hands back under your shoulders. Like there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the club head can still be inside the hands, but it's just the hands are closer. Yeah. Okay, you really got to kind of kick that right knee outward. There we go. Yeah. Now drop the hands. Get down to P6. Okay. Let's do it again. I'm just going to refine that a little bit. Okay. Okay, now go to 6 and pause. Okay, drop the hands a little more. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of bring your front knee back in a little bit. Keep it in the middle of your foot, right there. Yeah. So you're going to keep your front knee more in, but let the back knee get more out. Yeah, there we go. I have the option of straightening the left leg in impact like this, or it can be in the process of straightening. So you kind of your impact might look like this, and then at P8, then it'll be like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably.
But we don't want to. I think what you have is very you have this. This
slide.
Look. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't want to say it's conflicting, but in my mind, it's stay centered, your body's in a barrel type of a thing, all the way through, but also pelvis forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's I guess it's just, if this is the barrel, we're just talking about here, but I don't know, something about those two things together. It's this hip has to get well, I don't know. I know we're not there yet. We're at 6, so let's not go too far. Okay, so
yeah. Okay, let's go back to 4. Okay. So there's your knees there.
Okay.
Now go a little more forward with the tailbone. There we go. Yeah. So let's say that we're about 6 here, right?
Yeah.
6 to 7. Now I can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going lateral and we're rotating and we're jumping at the same time from P6 to 7.
Yeah.
So we can't hit a ball doing only 2 of those.
Yeah, you need all 3.
Yeah. Okay, now get the tailbone forward. There we go. Okay, now go. Okay. Kind of curious how that looks. Stand with your feet together like this. pick up your left foot, step to the left, and then squat as you do that, just without rotating the hips. Just go. Yeah. So try that again. There we go. Yeah. So that's essentially the downswing.
Okay.
And then you just do that, and you go here, you go boom, and then finish it off. Yeah. Try it again, okay?
Huh.
Yeah.
Like starts the downswing or the, is it even right to think of it as a backswing and downswing? But like from here, is it like here in the hip crease? Is it the knee? Is it?
You can think of like the knee.
The knee.
Like if I start doing this,
like a little bit of
like
that
the knee goes,
kinda.
then the hip goes, then everything else goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think you'll see that a lot with like the old timers too.
Yeah, I like the knee leading the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get behind you. I'm just gonna hold your back knee back. So in transition, I'm just gonna push that way with my hand.
Yeah.
Nice. Try it. How'd you feel about that one?
Thin.
Thin? I think it's like, it's that sequence that's so important.
It's so nuanced, I find.
Yeah.
So here.
Yep. And then slam it. Yeah. That's it. Slam. Yep. There, and then slam it. Go. Yep.
Okay.
How was that?
That was good. That's good.
Nice.
Okay, so rehearsals here.
Yep. And then get the hands down quicker. There we go. Yeah. Then go. Yep. Yep.
Here.
Yep. Slam it. There we go. Yep.
And then it's just like head back, but lower body forward. It just feels like.
So you don't have to be so low with the head, right?
Yeah.
Your head can still be back, but you can still be extending a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't have to feel like I'm dropping
so
upside
low.
down like crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
We just want to be finishing straight up and down, not like that. Just, Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just a little bit less. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like we want to be straight up and down with a little bit of side bend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's the feeling you're gonna have in transition. This goes way back, but the lead knee stays in like this. You're gonna feel like you're doing this.
The lead knee stays
in, but the back knee goes out, and then you jump.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna feel like that in transition.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah. Pretty solid.
Yeah. Oh, good.
I think that was one of the better ones.